What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. I hope everyone had a great weekend, but we're back here with another realistic rebuild. And fun fact, we're doing our very first NBA 2K26 video on the Denver Nuggets whatsoever. I've not done a single video of them on 2K26, which is kind of wild. So our very first one here in 2K26 is going to be this realistic rebuild. I think there might be a few teams that I have not done a video on in NBA 2K26. We need to change that. Let's jump in into a Denver Nuggets realistic rebuild in NBA 2K26. So obviously the Denver Nuggets are a good team. I don't need to say that. Everyone knows that. I do all 30 teams every single time when I do things like this. But the one thing I will say about the Nuggets when it comes to 2K is I don't often see them win a championship very much, like literally ever, it feels like. And Jokic always leaves them in free agency like every single time as well. So we are going to change that, make sure he stays a Denver Nugget, and we're going to try to get him another championship. So we're going to go ahead and submit the rest of year one, obviously. If I do make some kind of change at the trade deadline, we'll show you, but I don't anticipate making any moves here. I think I'll probably roll with what the Nuggets have right now and hope that maybe the simulation will be different if we're controlling them and changing the rotation up. I don't know. So 17-6 on the season as they just beat the Charlotte Hornets as I'm recording this. But let's go ahead and send to the end of year one, and we'll see how this team finishes out and see if we can be successful in the playoffs, because the Nuggets are a contender at the end of the day right now. So at the end of year one, Nikola Jokic gets the MVP trophy. Edgecombe is your rookie of the year. Jeremy Grant is your sixth man. Wemby is your DPOY. Neemias is your most improved. K is your clutch player. And Mark is your coach of the year. And John Murphy is your executive. And Franz is your cup MVP. And here is your All-NBA first team, as we do have Jokic making it, obviously, with the MVP trophy. Jamal Murray also made an All-NBA second team. So that's really cool to see. 26 points per game. Had a really good season for us, and he's playing well, of course, in real life too. And here is your All-NBA third team, and all defensive first team, and all defensive second team, as Jokic is on here too. So pretty intriguing stuff, but obviously all that matters is we're trying to bring a championship to Denver. So we do have Aaron Gordon with an injury going in, which is not great. So let's go ahead, and Bruce Brown's hurt, but let's shrink this down to a 9-man rotation going in, which are already actually running a 9-man rotation, I guess. So Jamal Murray, Christian Brown, Cameron Johnson, Aaron Gordon, and Jokic. And you got Joe Val, Hardaway, Peyton Watson, and Strother off the bench. So let's go ahead and see if we can get past the Rockets in round one. So obviously how this goes is going to determine what we're going to do this offseason. Like, I don't really have a plan just yet, but depending on how this goes, we shall see. So Houston, looks like they're healthy, so that's not a... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, Fred VanVleet obviously hurt, and Reed Shepard starting. But game one goes to us. We do pick up the game one victory as Durant had 39, but Jamal Murray had 40. Obviously, playoff Jamal Murray. I mean, he's always been really good in the playoffs for the most part. So Durant with 51, Jokic, and yeah, so we still lost, but we split at least on the road in Houston. And these have been some high-scoring playoff games. 158 and 146 here, 36-31. Durant had 44. Do we go up 3-1? And no, it is going to be a tied series. So, yeah, I think Houston and, did we pick up, or no, Brown just come off the bench now. So, this would be a very fun series in real life. But let's go ahead and see if we can come out here and win game 5 on the road, because that'd be a big victory to pick up here. It does suck that we don't have Aaron Gordon fully healthy. I don't know if that's going to, I don't know if that would change like a ton, but, I'd like to think it would a little bit at least. So, Jokic with 54, obviously best player in the world for a reason. 54, 12, and 13. He's averaging 37 in the playoffs right now. So yeah, he's playing incredible, which is, not surprising. Aaron Gordon is starting to get a little bit healthier. He's shooting 66% from 3 in the playoffs right now. So game 6 at home in Denver. So this is a chance to put the Rockets away, and it'll be a big victory if we can pick it up here and avoid a game 7. It's a close one. We've had to lead most of the game, and we will hang on and get out of round 1. So that's a good sign. 49, 15, and 8 from Jokic. Jamal Murray 26, 3, and 8 as well. So now we run into the Oklahoma City Thunder, which, we all know the Thunder, how good they are. So still not fully healthy at this moment. I'm assuming the Thunder are probably, well, I guess we can find out. So do they have any injuries to worry about? They do have SGA out for the season. Wow, that is a lucky injury break for us. Obviously Sorber, I believe, was already hurt. So this could be a very big break for us. Now, OKC could still be very good, and that still could be an issue, but we don't have to deal with SGA right now. That is something we have to take advantage of, like big time. So game 1 is going to go to OKC, though. They beat us by 15. We do even it up, though, on the road, and they're up 2-1. Oh, my goodness. The Thunder. It's a tied series, just like the Houston one. All right, let's see if we can come out here and win game 5 on the road. We did this in the Houston one, so let's see if we can do that as well. Gonna be at home in OKC. So despite SGA, they're playing really well right now, but we are going to steal game 5. and take a 3-2 lead. So that's big time. We could punch our ticket to the conference finals, which would be awesome. So can we win game 6 at home? We did it in the Rockets series. I'd love to see us do it here again at home while the Thunder are on the ropes and avoided game 7 at all costs. This one's close, just like the Rockets one. And just like that, we have made it to the conference finals in year 1. So that is a good sign. I will say, SGA healthy, this is probably a way different series. Aaron Gordon's probably fully healthy now. So yeah, that is beautiful. We're fully healthy, other than Bruce Brown, obviously. But yeah, so I'm feeling good about that. And then what do the Warriors look like right now? What do their health concerns look like, if any at all? So no injuries for them to report, it looks like. So this is going to be whoever's better, according to 2K. So game 1 is going to go to us. So it's a good start. 38, 11, and 12, 31, 6, and 6 from Jamal Murray. Game 2, we're up 2-0. We might be able to punch our ticket to the NBA Finals, which would be awesome. We're up 3-0 on the Warriors right now, 45-25, and we might sweep them unless they come back. No, we beat them in 5. So we have punched our ticket to the NBA Finals, and we play the Cleveland Cavaliers. So very often I see the Knicks in the finals, of course, for the East, and it's usually like the Timberwolves and the Knicks, it feels like, every single time. But we have the Cavs and Nuggets here. Now Jamal Murray does pick up an injury. It's an injury he's gonna be playing through, but still sucks to obviously have that on him right now. So let's go look at the Cavs and see what they have going on. No injuries at all, so this is gonna be an interesting series. So here we go. Jamal Murray's still at least playing. Game 1 is going to go to Cleveland. Game 2 is going to go to us. Game 3 is going to go to them. All right, this is a big game 4 to tie the series. Cam Johnson also picks up an injury, but if we could at least tie the series here, then it's all back to fair and square. We have a nice lead right now, and I think we will tie this series. Okay, man, we have a chance. That's all you're asking for. Despite the injury, Jamal Murray just shot 47 in that game, so that's awesome. All right, game 5, man. This is going to be a big one here. Whoever wins this may win the series. That's usually the percentages. It swings that way. We start off with a nice lead. Can we hang on to it? It looks like we will. So I think we've taken game 5 and taken the 3-2 lead here in year 1 in the finals. Can we win in 6? Yes, we can. And I was just saying how the Nuggets never win a championship in 2K, I feel like, and they have done that already in year 1. So we already got a championship out of the way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see y'all in the next one. Obviously, it's a joke I do quite often when this does happen, but yeah, we're gonna keep going, obviously. So we just won a championship, but you never want to be complacent, so we're gonna keep trying to get better. But I probably won't do too much now. There's no need to shake things up. We got lucky that SGA got hurt, I imagine, but still, we will take a championship in year 1 regardless. So I'm very happy that that's happened already for us. Can we get one out of the way, right? So the Wizards, the Rockets via Brooklyn, which is not true, and then you got the Hornets, Lakers, Jazz. So the Lakers, wow, fell off a damn cliff, I guess, according to 2K. And then we have the 24th pick. So let's go ahead and fix the Rockets pick, so they're not getting better. And then let's keep David Adelman. I mean, honestly, we did just win a championship with him, but his grades are horrible. Realistically, though, if you just won a championship with a guy, you're not going to move on from him. So I'm going to go ahead and just re-sign him, even though his grades kind of suck. But let's go fix that Rockets pick, and I'll see you guys on draft night. So, like I said, we have the 24th pick here. So hopefully we can nail this pick and get like a good role player, as we do have a couple of options here with Yaxel out of Michigan here, if we want to go ahead and take him. We have like Braylon Mullins, we have Christian Anderson, Boozer, or Dash Daniels is down the board quite a bit. I'm not really sure if he's fallen off in real life and maybe the draft class has been updated, but this is too good a value if he is what he once was. So Dash Daniels, welcome to Denver. I don't know why he's here. Again, he may have been updated in this draft class, which is why he fell this far, but I don't think I've ever seen him fall this far before. So he is a 72. So yeah, he must have been updated maybe a little bit. Jota may have updated this where Dash Daniels, I don't really know how Dash Daniels is doing in real life, to be completely honest with you. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's playing bad. I'm not sure, but we're going to grab him anyway. So Strother, Deron Holmes, Pickett, and Tyson. I think I'm going to accept all of these, literally accept every single one. So bring all those guys back. Peyton Watson, somebody I do want to bring back as well for the bench. And then I would like to make a couple of additions if I can to the bench. So we have AJ Mitchell, who shouldn't be here, but for whatever reason, the Thunder waive him, and 2K Sim. And then our backup center is still Joval, but I do have to imagine that the regression could be coming for him. So I almost kind of want to get rid of him if I can. So I might look at that and try to get a new backup 5, but I am going to get Peyton Watson re-signed out of the way, and then I may look to try to upgrade the backup 5 to someone else. So we have to imagine that the Bucks are more than likely going to be tearing things down this offseason if we had to guess. So I actually do want to try to acquire Bobby Portis off of them for our backup power forward. Not our backup center necessarily, but he's listed as center right now, but his contract should be somewhat easy to match for us. And I don't know if this would be something they would consider, but I at least want to try. So Joe Val is going to be thrown in the trade. And then we'll say we throw them like Deron Holmes or something because we want to get better off the bench. So Bobby Portis would be a guy that I think would fit pretty well in Denver. So Joe Val and Deron Holmes, and then we have no other picks to trade. So this is going to be all I can really offer. So would they be interested in this? And they do agree to that. So we're going to go ahead and get Bobby Portis to be our brand new backup power forward. So I like that a lot, to be kind of a bench piece here coming off the bench for Aaron Gordon. So I like that first addition. And then we do need to sign a new center, which I did plan on doing, and still some more things as well. So Watson's obviously going to come back, so that's done. We do have like Andre Drummond or Landale or Rob Williams or Jay Huff, or not Brook Lopez, but I think I just might land on Andre Drummond for a year, just kind of go with him for at least this season. And then we'll probably go with someone else, in the future. But we move on from Joe Val for Bobby Portis. And then Lonzo Ball is really good value as a minimum backup point guard if he wants to come over, which he does. So that feels good to get him. So now we have Lonzo Ball, Dash Daniels, Strawther. But I think Watson will be moved over to the 3 more than likely. And then Strawther will be moved over to the 2. So Dash Daniels probably won't play a role in year 1. But yeah, I actually liked that offseason quite a bit. It's very minuscule, but kind of what I anticipated based off us winning a championship. So you do have Jokic, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon all going down, and then Cam Johnson's also down quite a bit. So as much as I love Cam Johnson's fit in Denver, definitely have to look into that. And with him being an expiring contract, it may make sense to trade him at the deadline. So we may have to consider that as well. But overall, I kind of like the rest of what I'm seeing here. So Portis also went up to an 80, so that's great to see as well. So let's go ahead, get into year 2, see what this rotation is going to look like. I'm feeling good about it. Got to move some things around, but we'll be ready to hopefully go back to back, maybe. So here is our 10-man rotation going into the season. So we have Jamal Murray, Christian Brown. They're actually starting Peyton Watson. So yeah, I do think we might have to trade Cam Johnson at the deadline based off the regression we've seen from him and him being an expiring contract. So Peyton Watson, Aaron Gordon, Jokic, Bobby Portis, Andre Drummond, Cam Johnson, Strawther, and Lonzo Ball is your rotation. So let's go ahead, simulate to the trade deadline. More than likely going to be looking for Cam Johnson ideas, and we're going to try to go back-to-back here, obviously. So let's see if that does work out. And then the main thing is here, I believe Jokic is a player option this offseason, so we got to make sure he stays a Denver Nugget, which I think he more than likely will in real life, but 2K often does not agree. He often goes to like Chicago or the Warriors and stuff like that, but we're going to stop him dead in his tracks today. So this is kind of a crazy idea, but I'm actually kind of down to do it. So Cameron Johnson and Zeke Naji over to the Blazers. We get a first-round pick from them, and then we also get Jeremy Grant's contract. Now, he does have another year left on it, so that is the concerning part, but he would be a better overall, he'd be a better player than Cam Johnson right now, at least 2K overall wise. And Zeke and Cam Johnson, obviously the Blazers get off Jeremy Grant's contract essentially. So I think I like this trade. I'm going to go ahead and go with it. So Grant's going to be slid over to the 3, reunion with the Denver Nuggets. So we're going to move him over to the 3 now, and he should hopefully go up an overall. He does go up 1 overall. So now you have yourself a lineup of Murray, Brown, Jeremy Grant, Gordon, Jokic, Bobby Portis, Peyton Watson, Strawther, Lonzo Ball. So that felt like a solid addition. I like it. It may backfire. I will be the first to admit it may not work out, but it's at least worth a shot to get an upgrade from Cam Johnson. So 2K overall wise, I should say, not real life. But let's go ahead. Simulate, although Grant's been playing well in real life. But let's go ahead and simulate to the end of this season and see where we're at. Cade wins the MVP trophy. Peterson's Rookie of the Year in Brooklyn. Damian Lillard's your 6-man. Chet's your defensive player. Cooper Flag most improved. And Cade's your clutch player. Mike Brown's your coach of the year. And executive goes to John Murphy. And Shea was your cup MVP, I believe that was. So here's your NBA first team. Of course, Jokic is on here, 27, 10, and 9. No surprise to see Jokic. Does Murray make himself on here again? He does. So Jamal Murray playing really well, 27 points per game. So him and Jokic being a nice dynamic duo. And we do get Jokic on all defensive second team again as well. So here were your all rookie teams. Obviously, Dash Daniels did not play for us too much, but we do end up as a play-in team at 45 and 37. So that's kind of where things ended up there. The Blazers are tied with us, so this should be an interesting first round playing game against them. If we do win, we get to go play the Spurs. I think a Jokic and Wemby playoff series would be a ton of fun, so I'm all for maybe getting there if we're making that happen. So 27 from Murray, 27 from Jokic, 13 from Aaron Gordon, and 13 from Bobby Portis, 12 from Grant, 9 and 7 from Drummond, who has not been healthy really at all this. I mean, I guess he played 56 games, but at the trade deadline, he was hurt too. So yeah, that's where we're at with him. But all right, let's go to a 9-man rotation in the playoffs, and well, in the play-in, I should say. And let's see if we can't get past the Blazers, who we made a trade with at the deadline, of course, as we all know. They have Cam Thomas on their team now. Very interesting. Okay, so on the road in Portland to get past them to go play the... I'm already blanking on who it was. But do we go ahead and beat the Blazers? Yes, we do. So 125-99. It is going to... Oh, yeah, the Spurs. I was just talking about that. Okay, who's it going to be? In the other spot is the Clippers. Okay, so San Antonio and Denver. So we get to have Jokic versus Wemby. Jokic was not willing to sign an extension at the extension deadline, so definitely going to be interested to see how that's going to go. But game 1 against the Spurs, we do drop game 1 by 7, 37-14-6 from Jokic, or from Wemby. Game 2, they're up 2-0, 30-13, 32, 26-9-9. So far, not good. Let's see if we can't, get a win at home here and try to go tie this series if we can. We're trying to go back-to-back, and it looks like the Spurs are going to stop us from even getting close to that. So we're down 3-0, so it looks like we're done, done for. We do win game 4, though, and we do lose in 5. So we lose gentleman sweep style. So unfortunately, what we were able to do in year 2 was not enough. So you got the Mavericks and the Pistons go on to win a championship behind Cade Cunningham. And they didn't really do anything too significant to upgrade their roster. Cade just simply carried that team to a championship. So shout out to Cade Cunningham. So here are your retirements. Definitely going to be an interesting offseason for us now based off the first round loss. Like, it's going to be like a major thing we decide to do. It's going to be, well, the first thing, we got to make sure we re-sign Jokic. David Adelman, I'm still going to keep, still got a little bit of shelf life with that championship we just got the year before. I don't think we have a pick at all, if I had to guess. Yeah, no picks, although we do have some other tradable picks, so maybe there's something there that we can do with those, but we'll find out. So Jokic declines, Grant accepts, and Bobby Portis accepts, so kind of expected that. But Jokic is obviously someone we do want to re-sign. As I mentioned, he usually never stays a Denver Nugget, so it does make me wonder if we even have it. Well, I don't understand how he doesn't. Like, maybe it's just for me today is like this, but literally... he's not interested in going anywhere. So how do the Nuggets fumble him every time in the sim? I have no idea. But obviously, we want to lock him up to be a Denver Nugget for the rest of his career. So that is an easy re-sign. That's done. So not even a hesitation there. Okay, so we do want to try to bring in another good bench piece as well. So I do think backup 5 still remains like a priority. I'm definitely curious to see how much of a jump Dash Daniels takes going into this second season for him. Watson and Grant, I do expect Grant to probably regress if I had to guess. And then Bobby Portis, Aaron Gordon. So the team is getting older for sure. I am going to go sign, like, Davion Mitchell, I do think would be another good player to kind of have as a bench point guard. So I'm going to try to get him. He is, yeah, we'll get Davion Mitchell, so that feels good. And then backup 5, we could go, Daron Sharp is always someone that I think is kind of underrated in the sim. And he is going to come to Denver, so that's nice to get him at least. Anything else we want to go after before we call it good here? Yeah, I mean, let's see. Could I sign, like, I guess I'll give Marshall a deal just in case too. And then maybe we get, like, Max Strus in case as well. Okay, so we'll go for those guys. Let's go to progression, see what we got here. So we do have Strother up to an 81, which is nice to see. Watson's also up. Do have some regression from these other guys. Mitchell is up. Brown is down. Grant is down. Dash Jones is up to a 77, so he does take a little bit of a jump there. And then Strus and Marshall both go down a little bit too. So, I think we're in a spot where I do kind of want to make some type of move here. But what are we going to go for is the question. So I like Aaron Gordon. He isn't expiring. I don't know if he has a player option next year. He does. Jokic does obviously just re-signed, and Jamal Murray has been really good. So I don't think there's any reason for me to move on from Jamal Murray or Jokic. It's a matter of maybe getting like a third guy we can believe in here. And I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, but let's go see if maybe there's something for that, or I'll see you guys at the rotation. So for now, I think we're just going to take this into the season. We're not going to rush anything just yet. We remain at a 4-star balance system. It does suck that Adelman's grades are so bad in the 2K sim, but it is what it is right now. So Murray and Strawther are starting with Watson, Aaron Gordon, Jokic. So obviously our bench is with Christian Brown, who's making like 20 plus million, I believe. And then Jeremy Grant's obviously making like 34 million. And then, yeah, so we do have a very expensive bench, and Bobby Portis, which I'm fine with that contract, but everything else is just kind of expensive. So we're going to go ahead, and I would rather have Strawther and Watson on the bench. Like, one of them starting is fine, but both of them is like, okay, we should probably try to upgrade there. So I did that kind of with Grant last year, but I'm going to try to look for something better. We have a couple more assets we picked up, so we'll see how things are going. Right now, we're off to a really bad start, so hopefully we can turn that around and be a team that makes some kind of crazy buy at the deadline. But right now, man, it's not looking good. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully we can turn it around. So we're at the trade deadline as we're 24 and 29 right now. I do have a little bit of a weird idea here, and it belongs to I guess it involves the Wizards, but not really at the same time, as I'm looking at Bilal Coulibaly on the Bucks as they're rebuilding right now. Bilal has gone there, and they're not very good. I think Coulibaly could be an interesting player to go get on this team. Don't even know why he left the Wizards, but he did. And we do have the ability to match his contract in some way. And I think we slide him to the 3. He'd be going up to like an 86 maybe. So I think this would be an underrated get if we can somehow pull it off. He's making $24.78 million. So I think we can either go with Grant's contract. No, that's going to be too expensive for them, so that's not going to be possible. Or we can go Christian Brown as well. So do we have enough, though, to get there? I'm not sure. So we can trade our 20... I will say this would be a gamble. If we traded our pick right now, we're banking on turning this around and making the playoffs, which we're right there, and this pick is pretty good too. I'm going to try not to trade our pick for right now, but we may be willing to do so. I mean, we have freaking Nikola Jokic. Like, what do I care about a lottery pick right now? I'm trying to win a championship this season, and so far, this is not going to be enough, so we may have to include our own pick, which is risky. I will say, it is very risky to do, but I'm willing to go for it. Risk it for the biscuit, as they say. They don't agree to that, though. I will throw a couple seconds at you. Is this worth it, though? Do you really trade your pick, assuming it could be in the lottery? Or can I protect it? I don't know if that would make a difference. Can I trade? No, it won't even let me protect it. I don't know why sometimes it lets you and other times it doesn't, but it's probably because... Oh, I think I know why, more than likely. Okay. Is this risky? I think it is, but I do think Coulibaly would be like a really good player to add to this team. I think he'd fit really well. So... I'm doing it, and I may regret it, but I'm going for it. I'm going for it. We got freaking Nikola Jokic, so I'm not trying to waste this season here. He's already old, so we're going to make sure we have the best possible things we can do here. So, Jamal Murray, Dash Daniels, Coulibaly is going to be now starting at that 3. Aaron Gordon, or no, he's just come off the bench right now. So, I mean, we have a really deep team, and I think Coulibaly, at least being an 86 overall, should help us out a ton. So, very risky business that we just did, but I told you guys I was willing to do it. And then I do want to go ahead and see if there's something I could get for Grant. I mean, there's an expiring contract. So if there is at least anybody giving me a competent player, I at least got to consider it. So I'm going to just see, like, Miles Turner. I guess if the Bucks wanted to off his contract, then maybe I could maybe get here with this, because I can see the justification for the Bucks just saying, okay, we want to get off Miles Turner's contract. We get a backup center in Miles Turner. I don't hate it. I'm considering it. We could do that. Might be the trade I do. Not going to lie. Rudy Gobert. Is that an experiment? It's another situation where I think this one feels a little bit more realistic than the other one, I will say. So I might go ahead and do this. I think Gobert being the backup center would not be a horrible thing. So I do think I'm going to do this trade with the Timberwolves. So we're going to get Grant for Gobert out of here, and boom. So now we have Rudy Gobert being the backup center, and he's an expiring contract, so it really doesn't hurt us. Looking very bald right now. Don't know why that matters. But all right, 24 and 29. So we've made some big gambles here. We're trying to turn our season around. We are one game away from being a play-in team, essentially. So we can definitely turn this around. Hopefully 2K agrees with that, because if we can't, then we just gave ourselves, or we gave a lottery pick away. So I need this team to turn it around. So hopefully they do. And so far, we're back in the play-in, but need to climb up more if we can. So Cade Cunningham is going to win MVP once again. Stokes is your Rookie of the Year. Murray is your 6th man. Wemby is your DPOY. And Nate Ament is your Most Improved. Edwards is your Clutch Player. Quinn Snyder's your Coach of the Year. And Nathan Mack is your Executive. And Trae Young is your Cup MVP. So here is your All-NBA first team for the first time. Just kidding. Jokic is right in front of my face. I was about to say, I don't think we have anybody, but he's literally right freaking there. I don't know why I can't read some of these sometimes, man. But Cade, Jokic, Wemby, Giannis, and Edwards. Here is your All-NBA second team. Luka, Peterson, John Morant, Trae, What about Jamal Murray? Is he on here again? He is not. So no Jamal Murray this time around, but at least we saw Jokic, all defensive first team, and Jokic is once again making an all defensive second team. So here is our rookie first and all rookie second. Okay, so we did sneak into the playoffs, which is what we needed. So we finish up at 43-39. So that was big. We needed that in the worst way possible because we did make some risky gambles at the deadline. So you had 28 from Jokic, you had 21 from Jamal Murray, 14 from Koulibaly, 13 from Charlotte, 12 from Bobby Portis, 11 from Gordon, and 10 from Peyton Watson. I will say we do have a lot of expiring contracts, I believe, coming off the books this offseason. So like Gobert's contract is going to come off. What else? I do think, yeah, Gobert is going to be gone. Portis is going to be gone. Aaron Gordon has the player option, which I think he'll accept that if I had to guess. So maybe it's not as, I was probably hyping it up a little too much, but all right, let's go ahead and just focus on the playoffs. Offseason does not matter at this moment. So Dash Daniels is going to be back and starting, which if he can contribute as a starter right away, that's great. I think that'd be great for us. So let's see it. Phoenix in round one. They often are a sneaky team, but I will say I'm noticing something right off rip. Devin Booker is not healthy, so I don't know what his injury is, but if he is out for a while, that's big. So yeah, he's not going to be playing this entire series, so we better not lose. Game one goes to us, 125-106. 34-13-12, 25-2-1 from Jamal Murray. Game two goes to us, 129-118, 39-11-9, 26 from Dash Daniels. So yeah, Dash Daniels, 19 points per game, only through 2 games. But if you can get that kind of jump from a guy like that in the playoffs, I think you take it. 1 point game or 1 point win there as we beat them 115-116. Do we beat them in 5? Yes, we do. So we punch our ticket to the second round after losing in round 1 last year, and we get to play the team that eliminated us in round 1 last year, that being the San Antonio Spurs. So this should be a big series here for both teams involved. I think I just saw an injury. Portis is back, so that's big. We get him back. What about the Spurs? What you got? You got any injuries over here in San Antonio? No. So a fully healthy series for both teams, other than Portis is not quite fully healthy, but you get the point. Game one is going to go to us, 121-97, 29-15-20 or 10. Gordon with a big game here, 24. Definitely needed that. So game two goes to us. So just like that, the Spurs are in trouble. That's a good sign for us. Let's keep the momentum up. Game 3 is going to go to San Antonio, and game 4 is going to go to San Antonio. So I should have known that a tie series was coming along. But, oh, Dash Jones is now out of the rotation entirely. So just kind of a weird lineup right now. But let's see if we can't come out here and win this game 5. Very important one at that. So can we come out here and take the 3-2 lead? We've had the lead most of the game, and we are going to take the 3-2 lead. Do we go to a game 7? Yes, we do. So game 7 is going to happen. All right. Game 7, they're starting Bobby Portis for this Game 7 at home in Denver to get to the conference finals for the second time in this video. It's looking good at the moment. Just don't blow this lead, and we are going back to the conference finals, and we do just that. 118-137. Okay. Minnesota or OKC. I'm sure OKC is just biting at the bit to play us with a healthy SGA. I will say, Zach LaVine being in OKC right now is very weird. I do not see him fitting there whatsoever. But okay. I feel like they lost somebody. No, they still have the big three there with J-Dub, Chet. I guess Casey Wallace isn't there anymore, I think. That's what I'm noticing. Okay. Regardless, it is going to be the Timberwolves, which we just made a trade with them. Obviously, we gave them Grant. So they got Dillingham, Edwards, McDaniels, Randall, Naz Reid, Behringer, Trey Mann, Jeremy Grant, Dalen Terry, and Tyrone Riley. So these teams are familiar with each other. Game 1 does go to us on the road in Minnesota. That's a big win to get. All right, let's keep this going. Game 2 is also going to go to us. 127-113, 30-9 from Randall, 26-14-10 from Jokic, 21 from Bobby Portis. Game 3, oh my goodness, we're up 3-0 on the Timberwolves team. Did they pick up an injury or something? Edwards is still playing. Well, we are dominating them right now. Naz Reid got hurt. I'm sure that's hurting them quite a bit. Probably should have kept Gobert. Just saying. I don't know why you traded him. But all right, we got the Brooklyn Nets and the Detroit Pistons fighting on the other side as we took care of the Timberwolves easily. I did not expect that, but very happy that that's what has happened. Okay. Brooklyn with Darren Peterson and Giannis, not to mention. Giannis went to the Brooklyn Nets. All right, then. So, Yegor Dimon, Peterson, Drake Powell, Giannis, Claxton, Colin Sexton, Traore, Kolek, and Terrence Mann. This should be an absolute battle. So, Brooklyn is a team that's always sneaky in these sims. So, game 1 does go to us, though. 132-119, 35-6-6, 26-8-8. Game 2, so far so good. Do we keep it up? 2-1. Do not let them tie the series. Let's go up 3-1 and have a comfortable lead here and try to get our second championship of the video. And I think we'll go for a third one after this if we're able to get this one here. So can we win game 4 to take the 3-1 lead? It is going to be a back and forth battle, but they are going to take the 2-2 tied series. Okay, so it was looking good for us to go back to, or not back to back, but to go 2 championships in this video. But now we're in trouble after they've won 2 in a row. Can we come out here and stump that though and win game 5 and take the 3-2 lead? Yes, we can. 108-96. Game 6 or game 7, we win in 6. And just like that, our second championship of the video, Jokic is your finals MVP. But let's go for a third one, man. Let's try to go for a third championship of the video. So let's get in this offseason and see what we can do. So we got James Harden, DeRozan, Steph, Vucevic, Jimmy, Dame, and Tim Hardaway all retiring. I will tell you, if Damian Lillard retires a Laker somehow, that would absolutely kill me. Like, really, I just don't know how that would have happened, but that would kill me on the inside. I'd probably stop being... Just kidding. I don't know what I was going to say. But, okay, Denver. We do not have a pick here. Obviously, we traded it, and I think it paid off. It really did. So our pick goes 19. So we traded the 19th pick for Cool Ball. It was a risk, man. It was risky, but I think it worked out. Adelman, despite the grades, has been good. So we're not moving on from him, even though, you know, we'd probably have better, maybe better, even better results with a better overall head coach. I'm not sure. Gordon accepts his player option, which is not surprising. And Dash Daniels, maybe he jumps up to an 81, 82. That'd be big if we could get that. Qualifying offers, none. And then for free agency, we do have Bobby Portis and Gobert, both free agents. Played a role, both of them, but I do think I would expect both of them to probably regress if I had to guess. Didn't mean to rhyme there. But Mitchell and Murray, that's good to me. Schroeder and Daniels, still like that. Peyton Watson, Coulibaly, love that. And Gordon, Jokic. So it's basically the front court that I want to try to see what we can do there. So Mogbo or Iguodaro to be our backup center. Iguodaro is, I will say, a restricted free agent. But I'm going to throw him our offer. So let's see what they say. We're going to renounce everybody else. I don't think I'm bringing back Portis. Or, yeah, so we're going to go with that. And then we do have Grant here. But I'm going to go... I mean, Portis is still sitting here, though. He's got 3 offers, though. So we may not be able to get him back. And then there's Collins as well. I don't hate the idea of John Collins necessarily. Or do I just go with the guy to just help us win a championship? Maybe just go Bobby Portis. Don't know if he'll choose us, but it's at least worth a shot. And then, no, he's going to go to a different team. So he's going to go to the Suns. Maybe we get Luka Doncic to sign a minimum to come join Jokic, but that's not going to happen. All right, I am just going to go John Collins then. So John Collins will become a Denver Nugget. And we'll go Vanderbilt as well, who is a former Nugget in his early days in the NBA before he was traded. Okay, let's go to progression. We got Jamal Murray down, and Dash Daniels with a big jump to an 84. So that's big time. Definitely helps out a ton. Jamal Murray regressing does not help, but we did get younger, I will say, with Dash Daniels and Coulibaly going to be playing major roles this year. We do have some of the veterans kind of aging, but Iguodaro is a young addition. I like it, man. We're going to go into year 3. I don't think I'll be making any trades at the deadline. I think what we did was kind of our final move with the Coulibaly and then the Gobert move there. So we'll see if we can't go for a third championship in this video, but definitely love how this one turned out so far for sure. So we did get Dash Daniels to win Most Improved Player, obviously in a way bigger role with his overall jump, but this season overall was not great, I will say. Jokic does get All-NBA First Team again, which is not surprising. But yeah, we unfortunately were just kind of a okay team, 42-40 to be exact. So I mean, we were kind of in a similar position last year, but obviously it's because we're off to a slower start, made those moves, and then things got better, but not really sure what to kind of expect at this time around. So we'll just kind of hope and pray that we can still go far here. We got to win a play-in game first, so we get to play the LA Lakers to get the right to go play the Spurs, which obviously we've had some battles with them. So let's simcast against this Lakers team and try to get into a third, or trying to go for a third chance to win a championship here. It is a close game with the Lakers so far. They are trying to come back at the end, but thankfully we hung on there. So now we play the San Antonio Spurs, which they beat us earlier, but we beat them last year. So we'll see how it turns out this time around. So game 1 is going to go to San Antonio. Game 2 is going to go to us. That's a big win on the road, 138 to 137. Game 3 is going to go to us as well. Okay. Game 4 is going to go to us, and game 5 is going to go to them. Okay, let's simcast game 6 and try to avoid going to a game 7, because I don't want to see us in game 7 against the Spurs team. If we can avoid it, please, that would be great. So we have a lead late right now. Can we hang on to it? And yes, we can. So we beat the Spurs again. Now we get to play Minnesota, which is a team we did beat last year as well. So Minnesota at this point has Kobe Buffkin, Edwards, Naz Reid. So kind of that same Timberwolves team we're all, aware of. So game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. We're going to own the Timberwolves again unless they're coming back, but no, they do not. So we've made it to the conference finals again. This is for a 3rd shot at a championship. We get to play the Dallas Mavericks, which I don't think I've noticed them being a problem lately in videos, but we see them here. So I feel like it's been a while since I've played them. So here goes nothing. Game 1 goes to the Mavs. And if I had to guess, this is probably to just go 3-0 Mavs, maybe. No, we tied the series. So we are in this. Cool Ball gets hurt. That's not good. Although it's 1 overall downgrade, so it's not a big injury. Game 5, though, big one, I will say. So game 5 on the road in Dallas to take a 3-2 lead over this Mavericks team to try to get to the NBA Finals for a 2nd time in a row. It is a close game 5. We've taken the lead for a second, but the Mavericks do end up closing the gap there. All right, this to force a game 7 at home in game 6. I should have pulled out the 8-man rotation, but we still may survive without it. The close back and forth game 6, but they've run away with it. So 128 to 115. So a 3rd championship will not occur in this video for us. But overall, I think I'm pretty happy with the video today. The Mavericks went on to win it all. So I'm pretty happy with that one. I think this was pretty good despite not winning a championship there. But we got 2 today, so I'll take that at least. Thank y'all for watching. I think this was a successful first Nuggets rebuild in 2K26. Kind of crazy. I have not done them up to this point. But I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.